Hey, good morning, Freedom Wing. Master Sergeant Rosa here with Wellness 52, brought to you by Airmen and Family Readiness Center. Hope your 2021 is off to a great start and that you're still on track in terms of your New Year's resolutions. It's February, and you know what that means, Valentine's Day. Now, whether or not you believe or celebrate Valentine's Day, we're going to discuss healthy relationships. Whether you're dating, whether you're single and going on the occasional date here and there, or whether you're married, we're going to discuss healthy relationships. What are some of the signs of a healthy relationship? What are some of the signs of unhealthy relationships? How do you manage conflict and disagreement? And then we'll give you some resources for your benefit as well. Let's start off with a quick video.
Because I love you. I want to be your only guy.
Because I love you, skip class with me. Let's stay in bed today.
Because I love you, I just want to be with you so freaking much.
Because I love you.
I waited for you after Chem Lab.
You were walking with Mark?
Because I love you.
You shouldn't be hanging out with that dude.
You should know how dumb that makes me look.
I don't care if she's your lab partner.
Why do you have texts from him?
Because I love you. This number,
Delete.
Because I love you. This Jason number,
delete.
And Ben,
Delete.
because I love you, I should smash your phone.
I'll let you give me your password instead.
Because I love you.
I will check your texts every day.
You got lucky. Because I love you.
Because I love you.
You think it's okay.
Because I love you. You understand.
Because I love you. You stop talking to your classmates. And you feel completely alone.
Because I love you.
That video is really eye-opening if you think about it. Abuse doesn't necessarily mean physical abuse or verbal abuse in shouting matches. It can start off in very subtle ways of manipulation, and it's very difficult to detect. In an unhealthy relationship, because I love you, these video here is just one example of a phrase that can take a different meaning and can be used for mental manipulation. So some people use their love and or affection as a means to control their partner, dictating things like who you can talk to, who you can befriend, because they love them. And if your partner makes demands because they love you, then that's really not love at all. That's control. In a healthy relationship, when your partner says, I love you, it's coming from a place of genuine love, not as a means to control you. In a healthy relationship, your partner respects your choices about who you hang out with or who you talk to. Analyze your current and previous relationships and think about some of the methods of mental manipulation that was used in this film, for example, in this short clip, and think about it and see if there are any red flags. If so, then your relationship probably isn't very healthy. These could be warning signs, and it's good to catch them now before it leads to greater things down the road, because it can escalate very quickly.
Because I love you.
Sorry. One way to kind of analyze your relationship is to take a healthy relationship quiz. There's several of them out there for free on the internet, and I'll list a few in a second. But just to give you an example, you will fill out this quiz, and you should fill it out, and then your partner should fill it out as well. Go down the list. For example, is very supportive of the things I do. Yes or no? You put a check mark in. Yes or no? Encouraging me to try new things. Yes or no? Then at the end, you'll tally up all the yeses and all the nos. And depending on what you come up with, for every no answer, you'll get 1 point. For every yes response to numbers 5 to 8. So you can read the instructions here, but just to give you an idea of what your score means, lower is better. So 0, that's great. Your relationship is very healthy. However, if you score 3, 4, 5 points or more, these may be subtle warning signs of an abusive relationship. And so don't ignore these red flags. It's important to do something about them now before it's too late. And you can use some of the resources that I will give you in the later part of the rest of the presentation which are free resources available to you that might help you solve some of these small issues before they turn into major ones. So here are just a few other quizzes available to you for free. They're all pretty similar, but it's kind of fun to do them in your free time. You could take a snapshot with your phone, or at the end, I will give you a link to the Google Drive for you to download these slides. Signs of a healthy relationship. First and foremost, comfortable place. That means the relationship moves at a speed that feels enjoyable for each person. It's normal to want to spend a lot of time with someone when you first meet them, but it's important that you're on the same page with how the relationship is moving. In a healthy relationship, you're not rushed or pressured in a way that makes you feel overwhelmed. Number two, trust. Trust is everything. It's confidence that your partner won't do anything to hurt you or ruin the relationship. In a healthy relationship, trust comes easily, and you don't have to question the other person's intentions or whether they have your back. They respect your privacy, and they'd never put you through a test to prove your loyalty. Number three, honesty. You can be truthful and candid without fearing how the other person will respond. In a healthy relationship, you should feel like you can share the full truth about your life and feelings with each other. You'll never have to hide anything. They may not like what you have to say, but they will respond to disappointing news in a considerate way. Independence. You have space to yourself outside of the relationship. You shouldn't have to give up your individual hopes, dreams, interests, and hobbies. The other person will be supportive of these things and your relationships with other people, such as your friends, family, coworkers, etc. The other person doesn't have to need to know or be involved in every part of your life. Having independence means being free to do what you want to do and giving your partner that same freedom. Well, there's some compromise involved. You shouldn't be selfish and do everything you want to do but that's why communication and respect and comfort with your partner will lead to compromise, and you'll support each other in your individual hopes, dreams, and desires. Respect. You value one another's beliefs and opinions and love one another for who you are as a person. You feel comfortable setting boundaries and confident that the other person will respect those boundaries. They cheer for you when you achieve something, support your hard work and dreams, and they appreciate you. Healthy relationship will never require you to sacrifice your goals, your dreams, or your dignity. Continuing, signs of a healthy relationship. Equality. That means the relationship feels balanced and everyone puts the same effort into the success of the relationship. It shouldn't be one-sided. And you shouldn't let one person's preferences and opinions dominate. Instead, you should hear each other out and make compromises when you don't want to do the same thing. You feel like your needs, wishes, and interests are just as important as the other person's. Sometimes you might put in more, of course, more money, more time, more emotional support than your partner, and vice versa. But at the end of the day, the outcome always feels equitable and even. Kindness. You're caring and empathetic to one another. You provide comfort and support. In a healthy relationship, the other person will do things that they know will make you happy. Kindness should be a two-way street as well. It's given and returned in the relationship. You show compassion for the other person and the things they care about. Taking responsibility. That means owning your actions and words. You avoid placing blame and are able to admit when you make a mistake. You genuinely apologize when you've done something wrong and continuously trying to make positive changes to yourself for the betterment of the relationship. You can take ownership for the impact your words or behavior had, even if it wasn't your intention. Healthy conflict. Openly and respectfully discussing issues and confronting disagreements non-judgmentally. Conflict is normal and expected part of any relationship. Everyone has disagreements. That's okay. Healthy conflict is recognizing the root issue and addressing it respectfully before it escalates into something bigger. No one should belittle or yell during an argument. Then you're not really focusing on the problem. Fun. Of course, you enjoy spending time together. You bring out the best in each other. Healthy relationships should feel easy and comfortable and make you feel happy. You can let loose, laugh together, be yourself. The relationship doesn't bring down your mood. It cheers you up. It picks you up. No relationship is fun 100% of the time, but the good times should definitely outweigh the bad. Relationship box. What is that? Most people get into a relationship believing a myth that a relationship is a beautiful box full of all the things they have longed for: companionship, intimacy, friendship. The truth is that a relationship is At the start, an empty box. You must put something in before you can take anything out. There's no love in a relationship. Love is in people, and people put love in a relationship. There's no romance in a relationship. You have to infuse it into your relationship. A couple must learn the art and the form of habit and form the habit of giving, loving, serving, praising, and keeping that box full. If you take more out than you put in, the box will soon be empty. Putting that effort into your relationship. Not getting lazy, not taking the other person for granted. Putting in the same effort you do those first few dates as you do 10 years down the road when you're married and you have a family. Signs of an unhealthy relationship. Intensity. That's when someone expresses very extreme feelings, over the top behavior that feels overwhelming. Things are getting too intense, it feels like someone is rushing the pace of the relationship. They might come on too strong or too fast, or they seem obsessive about wanting to see you and being constant communication, constant texting, constant calling. Number 2, possessiveness. When someone is jealous to a point where they try to control who you spend time with and what you do. Jealousy is normal, it's a human emotion, but it becomes unhealthy when it causes someone to control or lash out at you. That means getting upset when you text or hang out with people they feel threatened by, or wrongly accusing you of flirting or cheating, or even going so far as to stalk you and what you're doing. Possessiveness is often excused as being overprotective, or having really strong feelings for someone. Manipulation. When someone tries to control your decision, actions, or emotions, manipulation is often hard to spot, as we saw in the video, because it can be expressed in subtle or passive-aggressive ways. You know you're being manipulated if someone's trying to convince you to do things you don't feel comfortable with or doing and ignores you until they get their way or tries to influence your feelings. Isolation. Isolation, when someone keeps you away from your family, friends, or other people. You shouldn't have to sacrifice those things. This behavior often starts slowly with someone asking you to spend more one-on-one time with them, but it can later escalate to demands that you don't see certain people. Often they'll ask you to choose between them and your friends, insist that you spend all your time with them, or make you question your own judgment of friends and family. If you're experiencing isolation, you may end up feeling like you're dependent on your partner for love, money, or acceptance. And if you do want to hang out with your friends, family, or other people, you shouldn't have to always include your partner. You should be able to do those things alone as well. Sabotage. When someone purposely ruins your reputation, achievement, or success. Now, this is really bad. Sabotage includes keeping you from doing things that are important to you. Behaviors like talking behind your back, starting rumors, threatening to share private information about you, that's all sabotage. Belittling. That's when someone does and says things to make you feel bad about yourself. This includes name calling, making rude remarks about people you're close with, criticizing you or your friends or your family. Belittling when someone makes fun of you in a way belittling is when someone makes fun of you in a way that makes you feel bad, even if it's played off as a joke. And over time, this can make you lose confidence in yourself and your abilities. Guilting. That's when someone makes you feel responsible for their actions or makes you feel like it's your job to keep them happy. They blame you for things that are out of your control and make you feel bad for them. That includes threatening to hurt themselves or others if you don't do as they say or stay with them. They may also pressure you to do something you're not comfortable with by claiming that it's important to them, that it'll hurt their feelings if you don't do it. Volatility. That's when someone has really strong, unpredictable reactions that make you feel scared, confused, or intimidated. They might make you feel like you're walking on eggshells around them, or they'll have extreme reactions to small things. Your relationship will feel like a roller coaster with extreme ups and downs. They might overreact to small things or have major mood swings or lose control by getting violent, yelling, or threatening you. Deflecting responsibility. When someone repeatedly makes excuses for their unhealthy behavior, they may blame you or other people for their own actions. That includes making excuses, all kinds of excuses. Based on alcohol or drug use, for example, mental health issues, or past experiences. Betrayal. When someone is disloyal or acts in an unintentionally dishonest way, they may act like a different person around other people or share private information about you to others. It also includes lying, purposely leaving you out, being two-faced, or cheating on you. At the end of the day, a bad relationship will make you feel more alone than when you were single. Here is just another chart that discusses healthy, unhealthy, and abusive relationships. Take a note of that. Okay. It's important to have healthy boundaries in a relationship, and we'll discuss what that means. And boundaries doesn't mean you don't trust or love your partner or that you're hiding anything. Healthy boundaries means it shouldn't restrict your ability to go out with your friends without your partner, to participate in activities or hobbies you like. You shouldn't have to share your passwords to your email, social media accounts, and phone. You should feel comfortable saying no without feeling guilty. You should feel comfortable asking for what you need or want. And you should behave according to your own values and beliefs. You shouldn't have to sacrifice those. You should have shared values and beliefs as a couple, but you should have your own individual as well. You should feel supported to pursue your own goals. When you're supported, that'll give you extra motivation to achieve those goals. If you don't feel supported, you're not going to have much motivation or self-confidence. And you should not feel responsible for someone else's happiness. You can't make anyone happy. It's just not going to happen. You can support them with all your love and compassion, but you should not feel responsible for someone else's happiness. And this graphic here on the left just shows other examples as well. Healthy boundaries in a relationship. Loveisrespect.org. That's a great website with free resources. And one of the things they put out is your relationship rights. You have rights in your relationship. Everyone does, and those rights can help you set boundaries that should be respected by both parties in a healthy relationship. You have the right to privacy, both online and off. You have the right to feel safe and respected. You have the right to decide who you want to date or not to date. You have the right to choose when or if you have sex and who you have sex with. You have the right to say no at any time, sex, drugs, alcohol, to a relationship, even if you said yes before. You have the right to hang out with your friends and family and do things you enjoy without your partner getting jealous or controlling. You have the right to end a relationship that isn't right or healthy for you. You have the right to live free from violence and abuse. If you have a moment, check out loveisrespect.org. Really great website. Okay, another video.
And once people knew what we were going through, I think my cortisol levels just shot up through the roof because it's difficult to go through a very private struggle publicly.
I heard what you think. You know, what I'm really interested in is hearing about how you feel. Just tell her how you feel.
Well, I think if you looked at everything
No. Just don't explain intellectually how you feel. You know, just tell her how you feel. One word.
Sure. Angry?
Cynthia?
Judged.
Very good.
Yes?
Progress.
Excited.
Relieved.
That is it.
Yeah.
We're awesome at feelings.
Okay. Nice job today, guys. Great
That's
job.
all for today.
That's all for today.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
great. How did we do? Did we do good? I mean, we're going to make it?
Well, you know, this is our first session. You know, we're not looking for an end result here. It's not a competition.
I get all that. But have you seen couples that are worse off than us? Yeah? Or are we that far gone? Where you're going to put a numerical value on it, you know, Doc? Like a 1 to 10, 1 being worse, 10 being best. Now, hang on one second. Where would you put us?
Right where you are, sir.
What if someone put a gun to your head right now and said you have to answer this second or I'll shoot? Are they going to make it? What do you say, huh? What would you say?
Whoa. Okay, no one has a gun to my head, Mr. Smith.
It's hypothetical.
It's not a place for inappropriate behavior. And you definitely don't pull a hypothetical gun on your therapist.
All right, so
And what?
it's just a fun little video after we reviewed the healthy and unhealthy signs of a relationship. Handling conflict and disagreements. There's 5 types. You've probably heard of it before. Compete or fight. That's a classic win-lose situation where the strength and power of one person wins the conflict. Denial or avoidance. That's when you pretend there is no problem. Smoothing over the problem. That's when you maintain harmony on the surface, but deep down, you didn't resolve the conflict. Compromise or negotiation. That's when both people give up something to create a middle ground. And then collaboration, that's working together to create a shared outcome. That's the goal right there, collaboration. It's important to know that conflict exists in all relationships, and we specifically mean verbal disagreements and arguments. People disagree sometimes, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. You have the right to a different opinion from your partners. What's important is that you communicate effectively in a healthy way that allows you to understand each other better and make your relationship stronger. How do you handle conflict and disagreement? Think about your current relationship, if you're in one. It's important to choose the right time and place. A quiet setting with no distractions, no time limits. Set boundaries. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect, even during an argument. And if they don't, you should walk away. Be open and honest. You should feel comfortable communicating openly about the way you feel. Don't hide anything. Be upfront. Discuss without blaming. A good idea is to use I and we statements instead of you statements. Because when you use you statements, the person might get defensive. So avoid attacking, stay calm and be patient. Do not insult or be aggressive. Stay focused. This is really big. One issue at a time. Don't drag multiple topics into the discussion. Leave the past in the past. So don't bring up previous arguments or previous things that person's done. Focus on the issue at hand. The problem, focus on solving the problem instead of defending yourself from attack. Listen and have empathy. Talk with the goal of understanding and being understood. Before thinking about your counter argument, understand where that person's coming from. When they speak, paraphrase what they've said back to them and offer up solutions or observations. Learn to forgive. Let it drop. Don't use it as leverage in a future argument. True forgiveness means letting go of anger and treating your partner with love and respect after the agreement is over. Acceptance. Okay, resources. Just briefly, I know we get a lot of training on this, but just to briefly discuss, SAPR, restricted reporting, there's no investigation or notification to the chain of command. Unrestricted, there's a formal investigation notification to the chain of command. Restricted reporting, you can talk to the SARC or the chaplain. Now, whether you restricted or unrestricted, you're still going to have access to mental health resource, victim advocate support, and other referral options. That's the SARC and contact information as well. Resources specific to the military. Military One Source is free and it's confidential. So if you want to talk to someone, these are licensed counselors available 24/7 that can help you with your relationship at home, at work, other issues, marital problems, parenting challenges, coping with loss, stress or anger management. I'm sorry, I don't have the phone number here. I apologize for that. But if you go on militaryonesource.org, it's available on there. Now, like I said, it's confidential, so you don't have to worry about anyone finding out. They're not going to tell your spouse, your partner, your chain of command. Unless, of course, there's some type of illegal activity or situation where there could be a danger to you or others. And then as it relates specifically to our base, the Family Advocacy Program, that's a DoD program which helps with marital issues and relationship issues. But unfortunately, it's restricted to reserve airmen serving on active duty for periods of greater than 30 days. But just wanted to leave that there, as I know some of you are on orders probably. And then, of course, we have the Director of Psychological Health, Jackie Ermy. She's so nice and easy to talk to, and she's available for us all the time. Her phone number is there. And the chaplain office, a great crew available to you as well. Contact information below. These are a few other resources available to you as well, not just for military members, but like I said, loversrespect.org is a great website. Joinonelove.org as well. the National Domestic Violence Hotline, etc. If you want to take a screenshot here or wait for the slides. Okay, that's it for the February 2021 presentation on healthy relationships. Feedback, please, if you have a second, complete the survey. That'll help us revise and improve these presentations moving forward. PowerPoint slides available there. Contact information, reach out to me. If you have any questions on relationships, I'm not necessarily the expert, but I can probably point you in the right direction. And of course, any other Wellness 52 topics, feel free to contact me anytime. And of course, keep it confidential as well. Respect your privacy. That's it for this month. Have an awesome rest of the UTA and look forward to seeing you in March. Thanks again.